How convenient is a tragedy when it perfectly aligns with political necessity? How credible are claims of terror that seem meticulously timed to distract, divide, and deflect? Yesterday, the town of Pahalgam in India, illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, witnessed a tragedy. 28 innocent tourists reportedly killed. Pakistan immediately condemned this act, expressing deep sorrow at the loss of innocent lives. Yet even in tragedy, responsible nations must ask questions because history reminds us vividly. Not all tragedies are transparent and not all terrorists are outsiders. Could it be another carefully orchestrated false flag operation by India's Modi-led government? History, after all, is a potent teacher. India's track record is disturbingly clear. Consider the Chhattisgarh massacre of 2000. Conveniently timed during President Clinton's India's visit, later exposed by India's own judicial inquiries as highly suspicious. Remember the 2007 Sanjhota Express bombing? Initially blamed on Pakistan, later conclusively proven by Indian authorities themselves as carried out by Hindu extremist groups. Recall the 2008 Mumbai attacks. Controversies linger today about the suspicious ease with which attackers navigated through heavily guarded routes. And who can forget the 2019 Pulwama incident, conveniently timed weeks before Indian general elections, providing Modi's BJP a wave of nationalist fervor just when polls suggested vulnerability. Today, the Pahalgam tragedy strikes a familiar chord. Why now? Timing matters deeply. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was in Saudi Arabia when the attack happened, simultaneously hosting US Vice President J.D. Vance in India. Coincidences too striking to overlook. India's history under Modi reveals a pattern, tragic incidents strangely coinciding with critical diplomatic movements. The Pulwama attack preceded a sensitive election period. Now Pahalgam unfolds exactly as Modi seeks enhanced diplomatic stature in Riyadh and Washington. Could this be a carefully choreographed script meant to evoke international sympathy, pressuring influential international actors to condemn Pakistan without credible evidence? Initial reports from Indian sources themselves are fraught with inconsistencies. Number of casualties differ vastly among local officials, Indian media outlets, and government statements. Such contradictions highlight the confusion typical of staged operations designed to bewilder and mislead rather than to clarify the truth. Why is the Modi government providing conflicting accounts, deliberately creating ambiguity? What objectives might this ambiguity serve? The answer lies clearly in Modi's growing domestic crisis. Chaos from severe socio-economic deterioration, mounting law and order breakdowns, and burgeoning independence movement across India. Kashmir itself, despite harsh crackdowns, remains a persistent embarrassment internationally. Similarly, independence sentiments rage across Nagaland, Manipur, Assam, and beyond regions Modi's nationalist agenda increasingly alienates. The BJP desperately needed diversion, and tragically, violence often becomes an easy distraction for troubled regimes. Moreover, India's recent diplomatic blunders have been evident. Modi's government, seeking validation abroad, faces increasing criticism over declining religious freedom, democratic backsliding, and mounting human rights abuses. International Observer, Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, and various United Nations reporters have openly condemned India's brutal suppression in Kashmir and other regions. A tragedy in Pahalgam at this precise diplomatic juncture serves Modi's government well by reversing criticism, repositioning India as a victim rather than perpetrator. Domestically, Modi's government faces mounting anger. Economic mismanagement has brought inflation to record high 9% as per India's Ministry of Statistics, fueling unprecedented dissatisfaction. Politically, divisive citizenship laws such as the Citizenship Amendment Act and Waqf Properties Bill 2025 have ignited nationwide unrest. On the human rights front, global watchdogs cite increased arbitrary detentions and extrajudicial killings in regions like Kashmir and Manipur. Thus, a dramatic emotion-evoking distraction becomes vital for Modi's troubled regime to divert international and domestic attention. Could Pahalgam be the latest tragedy orchestrated to mask Modi's mounting governance failures? Furthermore, maligning Pakistan internationally fits neatly into India's long-held diplomatic strategy. Modi's regime relentlessly seeks global condemnation against Pakistan, particularly undermining Pakistan's remarkable success in counter-terrorism efforts. Pakistan's operation against terrorism, recognized globally as substantial and effective, threatened India's attempts to portray Pakistan negatively. What better method to sabotage Pakistan's global image than a conveniently timed tragedy blamed instantly without credible evidence on Islamabad? Pakistan has endured heavy sacrifices combating terrorism. Since 2001, Pakistan has lost over 80,000 lives and suffered economic losses exceeding $150 billion due to terrorism. According to Global Terrorism Index reports, Pakistan's counter-terrorism strategies significantly reduced terror incidents by 85% in last 10 years. A feat globally recognized. India's attempt through such false flag attacks seeks intentionally to overshadow these sacrifices, falsely painting Pakistan as the epicenter of regional terrorism. Yet, can India truly hide its own internal instability by continuously shifting blame to Pakistan? Pahalgam attack deserves transparency, not manipulation. Victims deserve justice, not exploitation for political ends. Pakistan has consistently called for independent international investigations into such incidents. If India has nothing to hide, why refuse transparency? The world must ask Narendra Modi clearly, is truth his priority or merely nationalist expediency? The world watches and it must ask boldly, who truly gains from violence in Pahalgam? India owes these answers not just to the international community but to the innocent victims themselves. And let it be very clear, if history repeats itself and Modi's government considers another reckless breach of the line of control or international borders, Pakistan's response will be swift, decisive and resolute. The disgraceful episode of 2019 when Indian aggression led to the capture of Abhinandan should remain a stark reminder. Pakistan is committed to peace, but fully prepared and unwavering in safeguarding its sovereignty. This is Amara Farad Baloch and you are watching Nexus Bulletin.